listen, agent, I am not going to pay more than $10,500 for this house. Let's get into how I purchased this deal. Zero credit, zero credentials, and zero cash out of pocket. This deal came to me through a real estate agent. This is something that I want to emphasize to you as much as I emphasize to everybody. Nobody's going to ever know what you're doing if you are not getting loud. Chris, how do I get loud? Biggest way to get loud is post on social media. You have to let people know what you are doing in order for them to reach out to you and buy or sell to you. Like, that is just the reality of it. So an agent reached out to me. I'm actually gonna put the messages up on the screen. You'll see this is exactly what he texted me. I responded to him. I got on the phone with him right away. Now, this lead came from somebody else that reached out to me because I am constantly posting on social media. If you are just getting started or you're already in the game and you want to start doing more deals, my recommendation to you is start posting more. Post more, let people know what you're doing, and I guarantee you more people will reach out to you. Biggest thing, another takeaway right now is pause this video, go to your Facebook, go to your Instagram, and write this down. Hey everybody, my name is Chris Silva, and I want to let you know that I buy real estate in these markets. If you or you know anybody that is selling, please reach out to me. I am here to help anybody that is selling in this buy box. Welcome back to the video. I hope you paused it and I hope you went to go do that. That right there is going to show that you are taking action. And if you didn't do it, you are not taking action. Let's get into the underwriting of the deal. I call up the agent and he starts talking to me. When I talk to the agents, I always ask, what is the problem? What is the issue? And typically when the agent brings me a deal, it's because there is a problem and there is an issue. I asked the agent what the issue was. He let me know that the client wasn't being able to afford the payments no more. They were already behind 2 payments. And since they had just purchased the property, there was little equity if they were to put it on the market. However, come to find out, there was probably about a little over $30,000 in equity. But he knew by them not being able to pay, where we're at in the market, by them putting it on the market, traditionally was going to take a while for the house to sell, especially at the price point that the house would be listed at. And since interest rates are so high, there's not buyers out there that are buying so much in that price point. He wanted to make sure he acted fast, so he acted and did his fiduciary duty for his client and figured out a solution. Now, when he was talking to me, he started associating subject to with assumption of loan. Started telling me assumption of loan is assumable. This is an assumable loan. It's a VA loan. You could assume it. I just listen. One big thing that you need to do when people are talking, you need to shut up and listen to what they are saying. I listen and I let him know, listen, this is something that I can do. Let's get it done. My next steps on this, these are questions that I'm asking when I'm identifying a subject to, is what is their monthly payment? How much are they behind? And what is their interest rate? He let me know, and please do not quote me as I don't have this information in front of me, but I believe this is at a 4.5% interest rate. Their payment is $2,200 a month. However, what had happened to them was, since it is a brand new house, they are the only owners that have lived in that house. Their taxes weren't set up for a house on there, and they were just being taxed on the land. So it didn't reflect until 2 years later. So their payments skyrocketed up to $3,100, but that is only for 2024. Back when it goes to 2025, their payment's gonna come back to $2,200. So this is something they weren't accounting for. This is something that they didn't know. And this is a very important for you to understand. You gotta calculate for your property taxes going up every single year. The city's gotta get their money, honey. So now, after getting all this information, they're behind 2 payments. Since the interest rate wasn't the greatest interest rate, but it was still a deal, brand new house, I let the agent know, listen, agent, I am not going to pay more than $10,500 for this house. He said, okay, Chris, we can make this work. So now, if they're behind 2 payments, which is about $6,200 plus closing costs, plus, I told the agent he could keep the difference between the $10,500 and what closing costs and the arrears were on the property. I know this is a brand new property. I knew it's gonna appreciate. It's in a great location. I'll take the tax benefit to it. And on top of that, I'll probably create a little cash flow on this property. What I wanna do is I wanna break down the HUD, the closing settlement statement, so that way you can see exactly how these numbers came to be. This right here is going to be the settlement statement. And if you ever seen when you close on a property, this is what you get that goes over all the numbers right before you close. This is what the seller signs and this is what the buyer signs. So I'm just going to walk you through it very quickly. As you see, settlement statement, this right here is going to be the borrower, which is ourself. We put all of our subject tos under a trust, and the reason why that's to protect us from the due on sale clause. Then over here, you're going to see the seller's information. This is going to be the property address right here. You're going to see property address, the title company, the location of the title company, and this is the settlement date. Right here, you're going to see line 101, the contract sales price. This is what they owe on the property. Remember, I told you the property was probably about worth $300,000. So we are walking into this property with equity already. We're walking into this property with equity already. So right here, they were behind 2 months reinstatement, which is line 105. So you'll see right here, $6,390.76. This right here is what they're behind. So this is what we're going to pay. Down below, you're going to see we are taking over this property subject to. This is the loan amount. This is how much they owe, which is the same as up here. And then, like I told you before, I had told the agent I was only going to come in with $10,500. So you'll see line 303. It says right here, cash from borrower, which is ourselves. So it's $10,500. You will see that right here. So $261,610 is what we're taking over in mortgages. And then you're going to go down to page 2. Page 2, everything on the left side these are funds paid from the borrower. And on the right side, seller's funds. So that's funds paid from the seller. Seller's not paying anything here. They're walking away. And walking away from 1, they're not going to lose their house. 2, they're not going to have to pay to sell their house, but they're walking away free and clear, not having to worry about the bad debt that they picked up. So here you'll see all the fees associated with the title company. You see title company, Steve Rainey's Doc Prep. That is the attorney. Down below, you will see title company right here, recording fees, tax certificate, and then a transaction fee, $1,200. And then remember, the agent did get paid in the deal. However, instead of allowing his clients to lose the property or put it on the market, try to sell property that wasn't going to sell on the market, he ended up doing the right for his clients. He did his fiduciary duty, reached out to me, and knew that this was a solution. However, he was still getting compensated for this deal. So finder's fee to the agent was $1,584. Total closing cost was $4,100. I told the agent he would get less. The rest of whatever was left between the $10,500. So after closing costs and everything right here, out of the $10,500 that I paid to get into this deal, closing cost was $4,100, and that is what the agent closing costs. And this right here is the breakdown of the entire deal. Right here, you will see the signatures of the seller and the buyer ourselves. And this is what the settlement statement looks like. This is how I got into the property with 0 credit and 0 credentials. I want to reiterate, Zero credit. I bought the property. I'm taking on the deed, taking on the ownership through subject to. So I don't need no credit to start making the payments on behalf of the sellers. And no credentials. I don't need a show badge. I don't need a license. I don't need no type of any credentials to be able to go out there and buy real estate. Now, I told you I was going to use zero cash out of pocket. So I didn't use any of my money. I ended up going to get a private money lender that funded this deal. They funded the $10,000, $500. They funded the deal. Now, this is for somebody that has money sitting in their bank account and their cash is burning, not making interest, losing value. The US dollar is devaluing every single day. Instead of keeping the money under your mattress, they came in and invest. Now they're making an interest on their money. So they're making money, they're putting their money to work, they're making interest on their money. On top of that, I was able to get into the deal using someone else's money, a private money investor who invested into the deal. I'm protecting my private money lender with a deed of trust attached to the property. So now I got into the deal with zero cash out of my own pocket, zero credit and zero credentials. This house is a beautiful property. We're gonna end up renting it for probably $2,800. Guys, I wanna let you know specifically that this isn't easy, but it's very, very simple. And if you start taking action and you start posting on social media and you start leveraging the tools that you do have access to, and stop complaining that you don't have money, because Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of those platforms are free. You're able to go out there, you're able to start posting, you're able to start letting people know what you are doing. And if you might not know exactly how to structure a deal, squat up with somebody in my community, join my morning Zoom calls every Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Times. The link is down in the description. And if you have a motivated seller, come join the Zoom, present your deal, and somebody in the group will have an answer to be able to help you. Remember, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe. If you learned something from this video, make sure you comment down below what you learned. And maybe you didn't learn something. Put it down in the comments how I can do better to help you go out there and start doing more deals and start taking massive action. Let's grow, baby!